And in reading on PBRnow.com and all the press releases, they're talking about Justin McBride and how his money's already put aside and he's looking after his family and he's already looking at retiring, which to the average person seems a little incredulous for someone even at a young age in his in his career. We look at the average American retiring at 55 and then going back to work. With your earnings and stuff, what kind of plans have you put aside for the money that you keep collecting to afford retirement and post PBR career achievements?
Well, my mom helps me out with a lot of that. Like I've got deals opened up, retirement plans and everything. But the main thing is I've bought some bulls, and because this is what I want to raise, bucking bulls and haul them once I retire from riding bulls. And so I bought some bulls that are bred good and got good bloodlines, and I'm just trying to get everything gathered up right now, some cows and stuff like that, so I can start my own breeding program and do that because, that's all I've ever wanted to do. If I ain't riding them no more, I can still mess with them, though.
And in the same press release, it mentioned how Justin McBride is looking at a sportscasting career with Versus, Ty Murray, the king of cowboys, leading the PBR behind the scenes, but also a very active role in front of the crowds as one of the commentators on Versus as well. Is it something that you've thought about down the road, that being one of the experts on television to really explain the sport to the fans and even giving some education to the diehard bull riding fans? Is that something you've thought about, kicked around, watching television and bull riding and rodeo?
I hadn't really thought about it yet because, I'm not even thinking about retiring anything time soon, so I hadn't really thought about it. The only thing I've planned on doing is raising bucking bulls, but yeah, I'd give that a shot probably too, so I could be there and be around the bull riding, and because even if I'm not going somewhere, I'm always at a bull riding around here at the house, hanging out with my buddies. I'm always around bull riding, and I just can't get enough of it.
Well, when it comes to the breeding of your stock, is it all local bulls that you're breeding, the traditional way, or have you invested in some strings and straws?
I hadn't gotten the straws or anything yet like that, and I've got some calves on the ground right now that my uncle and them, they got some beef cows and stuff, so I just put one of my bucking bulls on them, and I've got some calves out of there right now that I'm going to try bucking probably next year sometime, and but I've invested in some good bulls. I'm going to collect some. Right now I need to get some cows with good bloodlines in them right now.
And as you approach the PBR World Finals coming up Halloween weekend, where are you practicing and what kind of caliber of stock are you getting on?
Like yesterday, we there's a guy that has a bull riding 5 minutes from my house, and he lets me bring bulls. I've got an arena set up at my house, but I've kind of just got some grass in it and stuff. I hadn't really been at home enough to keep it cleaned up, and so we just load my bulls up, take them over to his house. He lets them buck them whenever we want to, and the bulls we get on there, I've got some there that are probably good enough to go to PBRs. They'd be good, just an average long round bull. You could probably be 86 to 87, 85 on them, just depending on what day they had. But they're good bulls. They try you. If you stump your toe, you're supposed to ride them, but if you stump your toe, they're going to throw you off.
I hear you.
So that's we get on them. I always said if I'm going to get on bulls, that's 21, 22, 23-point bulls at bull rides, I might as well get on them in a practice pen.
And we have time for just one more question, JB. Could you talk for a minute about what your relationship has been like with Versus and what Versus Television is doing for the PBR?
Everybody knows PBR's on Versus. I mean, everywhere somebody asks me that's never watched it or anything like that, and they ask me, and I said, well, you can watch it on Versus, and they say, oh, yeah, we know that channel, and they'll watch it and everything, and them guys, we've always got along good. They've come to the house and done a deal with me at home and interviewed my parents and my grandma and everything to see what I've done around my house. And you know, they're good guys, and they're making the sport grow because they're getting it out there on TV, and they do a really good job. I know all them guys the camera crew that's there, and they're all pretty cool. I always joke around with them, have a good time.
Well, thank you, JB, for participating in our call here this afternoon, and also a special thanks to all of our web bloggers and webmasters that participated in the call and brought forward some really intriguing questions for one of the superstars of professional bull riding, Mr. Mauney, on our call. My name is Joe Scully. I want to thank PBR and Versus for allowing me the opportunity to act as moderator for this call. And lastly, I want to remind everyone to tune in Halloween and all that Halloween weekend, October 31st to November 2nd, for the first opening rounds of the PBR World Finals on Versus, and the following championship weekend, November 6th and 8th, on the One Cable channel, bringing the best in bull riding and the PBR Versus.